Salve to discipuli, this is Magister Buddy with the Stage 27 lesson on indirect commands. Thankfully, there are no new forms in Stage 27, and the two things that we're going to learn how to do are very similar to the two grammatical concepts that we already know. The first one we're going to talk about is indirect commands, and let's do a quick review on what direct versus indirect means. A direct is a quote. It'll have quotation marks. This is exactly what somebody said. Redita, go back. This is someone commanding some other people to go back. Pecuniam trada, hand over the money. Again, this is someone ordering someone else to hand over the money. Whereas indirect is a retelling. It will not have quotes. So, legatus militibus imperavit ut redirent. The commander ordered the soldiers to go back. Latrones mercatori imperaverunt ut pecuniam tradere. The robbers ordered the merchants to hand over the money. Quick review of the imperfect subjunctives, because subjunctives are what indirect commands tend to use. The imperfect subjunctive uses the second principal part. You just take the infinitive and add your personal endings, MST, mustasenti. The best way to translate the imperfect subjunctive is while plus was, and then the ing form of the verb. The pluperfect is from the third principal part, chop off the I, do issa plus your personal endings, MST, mustasenti. The best way to translate it is after, and then had plus the ed form. All right, forming indirect commands. The main verb, just like with indirect questions, is going to be some sort of head verb, but this time it has something to do with ordering. So ordering, begging, persuading, warning, those kinds of head verbs. The indirect command starts with an ut, and the verb inside of it is usually a subjunctive. All right, go ahead and copy down these 6 sentences. Label the main verb with a V, put brackets around your indirect command, label the functions of all the words, especially inside the indirect command, and then write out a translation. All right, our first one, it's really short, ut tacerim. Imperavit is our head verb, and it means the centurion ordered me to be quiet. All right, we've got ut, and then we've got a subjunctive. We've got our head verb. This is a direct object. The old man begged us to have mercy on him. We've got a short indirect command over here. We've got paterat is our main verb. Our head verb is actually the complementary infinitive to persuade, so no one was able to persuade the slave girls to dance. All right, here we've got ut, and then we've got our subjunctive. So this whole thing is an indirect command. Inside of the indirect command, we have a prep phrase, so go ahead and separate that out. We've got our head verb, we've got a direct object in here. So the cook ordered the slaves to place the wine onto the table. All right, here's our indirect command. We've got an ut, and then we've got our subjunctive. Here's our head verb, our main verb, and our subjunctive inside the indirect command. So I warned you often to work diligently. All right, our last one, we've got a ut, then we've got our subjunctive. Inside of it, we've got a prep phrase, so I'm going to set that aside. Here's our head verb. All right, so the comrades warned the merchant to secretly leave the town. All right, discipuli. Important things to remember. It's going to be introduced by a head verb. These head verbs will be ordering, begging, persuading, warning, etc. It'll start with an ut. The indirect command itself will start with an ut, and it'll end with a subjunctive. Vale to discipuli.